Hey guys, I think I'm live. So yeah, let me know if you see me well, hear me well. Today we are going to, I'm going to clean that. We are going to talk about the 30-day art habit challenge. We'll talk about building a habit. I'll talk about also what is a challenge if you guys don't know. This is the challenge that Paintable is hosting on its Discord server, brand new Discord server for the community. And so yeah, this is day 2. Day 1 was yesterday. We did a cactus. Day 2 today is your favorite fruit. And the idea of the challenge is to simply paint between 10 minutes, an hour, basically the time that you have available to you to start an art habit for this new year that just started. So the question is just to be able to paint every day, to get better, but also simply to have that habit of painting on a daily basis, because this is the best way really to see progress in your learnings, basically. And so yeah, today I decided to go live to just talk about this. And to do something special, you'll see what I'm going to do is a fruit. It's not my favorite fruit, to be honest, but it's a fruit that I discovered here. I'm living in Colombia right now. It's a fruit that's called guava. And just a beautiful fruit. I think the colors are amazing. It's like a flesh pink and a kind of a very bright green. I just thought it was beautiful, so I thought I would just draw it. And at the same time, I'm going to start to talk about a few things on how to develop style. I'm going to talk about shape design. I'm going to talk about color. And I have an artist that I'm going to get inspired from, and I'm going to talk about all of those things. So anyway, thank you so much for everybody that's here. I'm seeing there's already people. I want to say hi to, I want to say Kingu, Marifer, Silbuzia, Sarah, Maki, Lori, Kyle. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me, Joanna. I see also a few people that are in the Discord server. I hope you guys like the Discord server. It's brand new. So let me show you what I have prepared for you guys today. It's very much an experimentation for me. So as you can see right now, and if you have any question, please shoot in the chat. I'll be very much there. This is very an informal kind of meeting between you guys and me. I just want to participate to the challenge with you guys and have some fun. And today what I decided to do is basically to show you guys what you can do with this challenge to help you progress in your style, in your learnings. And so what I'm doing here is I want to try to paint this fruit. That's the guava that I was talking about, guys. This is a Colombian fruit for what I know. And I think it's just beautiful. It's very green outside, and when you cut it, it's got that very pink, bright pink flesh, and it smells very delicious. I'm not a huge fan of the taste, to be honest. Like I was saying, it's not my favorite fruit, but I just thought that visually it's really nice. And I have this artist right here that I absolutely love. Her name is Hannah Webb, and you can find her on Instagram. Matter of fact, I'll just copy paste you guys the Instagram so you can go follow her right away and see her style. I think it's beautiful, and I got really inspired. I was with the idea to just do something that it's out of the ordinary today, and kind of just talk about shape design, because I think she's amazing in shape design, colors and all those things. And so yeah, I'm going to just try to paint this fruit for the next few minutes, and try to emulate her style or learn from it. And so yeah, I hope you guys are gonna enjoy this. Basically, I'm going to show you how I would study an artist, the thought process that I would go through it, and at the same time, this is going to be my, I think I'll spend maybe half an hour on this, maybe an hour depending how much it takes me time. But the idea is to show you the thought process of how I would think about learning from this artist in particular, and what I'm going to look into her style in particular, because she does something very unique with her shape design. She's able to show form and texture, light, all of those things with very geometric shapes, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. It shows what the, in this case, an apple, a banana, a donut, and I don't remember the name of this animal, but you can show the form basically by simplifying the shapes and form with geometric shapes. That's basically what she's doing. So that's what I wanted to show. And thank you so much for everybody that's joining me, guys. So basically I'm just gonna paint. If you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to shoot. I'm just gonna move a little bit this so I can see my color. But the idea here for me is to just kind of show you the thought process that I would do. Let me know in the chat what is the fruit that you painted, if you already painted it, or what is your favorite fruit, and I'll try to pick up the color. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to pick up the colors from the painting because I want to practice my eye. That's right. Thank you, Flame. It's a sloth. The animal there. What I want to do is practice my eye to basically look at those colors. So I'm going to just start here by picking up from the color, that base color that I have, and kind of do it. The way I understand what she does here, Anna, with her style is she's layering kind of all the different colors in layers first. So like for me, the outer rim here, for example, of the guava, I'll be able to, I'm going to extend the boundaries here of the guava. And I'm just going to layer that. And I'll try to stay as geometric as possible because your style is very geometric, but mine not being, I might have a difficulties to actually being able to do this, but I'll do my best. And I see Sibulia that says peach is the fruit that you're working on. It's actually my favorite fruit. I didn't want to do a peach though. I just thought that I would do something that is kind of relevant to where I am right now. So I've been moving in Colombia back in October because my girlfriend is Colombian, and so I wanted to just pass COVID with her because it's very still much present. And I don't know where you are in the world, but I know that lots of countries have the second wave right now, so I didn't want to take the chance to be stuck. I was in Thailand before that, and I didn't want to be stuck by myself. So yeah, so I moved here, and I'll be here for the next few months still. And that's it. So what I'm trying to do here is really just to kind of see how she does things, her style. The way she does is very, very geometric. She obviously has like this way of painting, almost like rectangles on everything. I don't know if I'll be able to do exactly the same thing, but I'm definitely going to try and see what I can do with this. By just stacking the colors. I think in this case, the colors will be very, very important. Melody, you say you're working on a dragon fruit. It's actually one of the fruit that I wanted to paint. It's an amazing fruit. I think visually and also just the taste of it. I absolutely love it. So for here, I'm just going to try to do this. For the people that just got into the Discord server, let me know what you think of the server so far. We're still in the phase where we're trying new things, new stuff to make it even better. So if you have any comments, you can always talk about it in the server itself, either by tagging me or one of the mods, and we're more than open to just try new stuff and make this a really fun place to learn all together. I think my colors could be a little bit more red in the middle. I'll try that. And by the way, the technique I'm doing here, I have no idea if I'll be able to pull it off. As I'm going now, I realize that, you know, it's a way to see things. It's another way to actually like implement them. But I wanted to talk about shape design in this case because I really like the way she's able to just construct with very, like, and I'm not exactly doing this right now. Maybe I could make it even more like square, but she's making like very like rectangle looking shapes, and they're just absolutely beautiful. Just trying to maybe add some more design, because we have the tendency, I have the tendency, many of us, to do basically this. You know, you put your light and then you're just gonna kind of, I'm gonna take that out here, just kind of blur everything and kind of merge them all together to create the gradients that we want. But I think that understand like shape like this can really help you to push your designs and really help you in your paintings. You'll be able to look at a reference picture, any reference pictures, and be able to see like what's the edges, the hard edges that you need to implement to actually describe the shape that is in front of you. And that's why I'm trying to learn from her style. She's very just making some very bold choices into her marks, and I'm very impressed, to be honest, with her style. And if you go see her her portfolio on Instagram, I posted the link just a bit earlier if you were not already there, so you can scroll down the chat. It should not be so far, but if you go see her portfolio, you'll see she does so many other things, like the sloth here, for example. But she did like some creatures as well. It's not always like one for one with the reference pictures, which I love. So I'm trying to look at what she does and understand how can I create that kind of same effect, maybe just more saturated. So the artist I'm emulating right now, ironic, her name is Hannah Webb, and I'll just post again, I think I got it here. Hannah Webb, that's her website, and she does those just very beautiful illustration where she only almost used like layers of very geometric shapes, and I thought it would be just the perfect example to show you guys how you can just have fun with the challenge, not stress too much about it, especially for the first few days. We will go into more portraiture oriented subject in about a week, but until then, just try to have some fun with the prompts. Like in this case for me, I wanted to do a guava, but the fruit itself is kind of boring, I think. So I wanted to just kind of jazz it up with trying to learn from the style of an artist that I admire. And she always kind of have those shapes at like the extremities, and I think she even changed the hues of those shapes. So whoops, I'm gonna just come here and I'm gonna change slightly the hue here, maybe even more, to kind of that. And I'm using not like exactly the same brush as she would do. Obviously, mine has a little bit more texture, but that's the idea. While you're here, let me know what's one artist that you would like to emulate and add to your own style. I know for me there's a lot. One that comes to my mind is GC Leyendecker. I absolutely love his style. And it's been years I'm telling myself that I'm going to make like a series of illustration to just kind of try his style and understand how he does things, but I never have the time. Maybe I'll do it this year. So really out of my comfort zone here, but I'm trying my best to being able to just kind of see how I could create that same style that she has. Alexi Franklin, yeah, definitely, Nila. It's also one that I absolutely love. She has a way to work with shapes as well that is very impressive to me. I'm going to push a little bit more the values here, having even more contrast within it, because I think that's a big part of this style here. Contrast is a big part of it. I'll try to push that a little bit, and I'm going to probably try to put like the seeds and the details a little bit later. Right now I don't know if I need to go into more details to kind of emulate her style. I don't think I'm doing a perfect job here. Actually, I'm far from it, but this is a test, right? This is a test. Just trying to push. And there's a lot to learn here. As I'm going, I'm realizing that how good she is to choose the right tones and the right colors to establish that form. Mine looks a little bit too at this point. It's a little bit too looking for the word here. Abstract, I'd say. Not enough figurative. But I'm trying to get the essence of that fruit. Did anybody ever try the guava in the chat? Let me know. What did you think of it? For me, the smell is amazing, but the texture of it, it's a bit like pasty. And I was expecting better by just smelling the smell of it. It almost smelled like passion fruit, peach put together, which by itself sounds amazing. Yeah, that donut, it looked absolutely gorgeous. Actually, if you go see her, once again, I'm going to post it here if you guys didn't see it yet. But if you go see her her portfolio on Instagram, she got so many different. And so if we go back to the challenge here, the reason why I'm doing her style here is because I want to pass the message here that try to have some fun, try to not put any pressure. I know some of you guys have less time than other. If you have 10 minutes, if you have 30 minutes, if you have an hour, whatever time you have to, the idea here is really to just start the year with some momentum. So this week is all about just having some fun, sit in front of your computer, try to doodle something with the prompts that I'm giving you. Tomorrow we'll have mushroom, for example, and try to just not stress about the final outcome. And that's what I'm trying to establish here, because obviously I have no idea how this is going to finish. So far it's, to my own taste, it's just okay. But it's fun because I'm learning something, I'm trying to understand her style, and I don't stress too much with the final outcome here. And I think it's a huge part to not have the pressure to have to make something completely perfect and pretty. Sometimes painting is supposed to be fun, a little bit therapeutic at the same time. Sorry for the mispronunciation of that word. Therapeutic, I think. And just having some fun, you know, with it. And yeah, for the people that are still on the cactus, I had a question today in the chat. It was like, can I start today? Am I too late? It's never too late. You can start at any time. The idea is just to start, you know, to have a habit, right? So no pressure. If you didn't start it yet, go ahead. And if you're watching this recording, start at any time, really. The idea is just to get some momentum, have some fun. Obviously, the challenge is going to get harder and harder with time. So I'm planning on going a little bit more figurative in a week. We'll talk about Anjulumi's technique. We'll do some sketch of portraiture, and the idea is by the end of this challenge is to have a full-on original character. And you'll see what I'm going to do is basically we'll go through all those different stage. We'll learn from each of them, and then we'll kind of put them together to create our original character. Or at least that's the idea. So yeah, here I'll have to go here. So still learning. So for the people that join me now, if you don't know what I'm doing, I'm trying to do a guava, which is that Colombian fruit that I discovered here in Colombia. That smells delicious, and it's part of the 30-day art habit challenge. All right, so I think at this point, I sort of kind of understand the way to do it. I think it's missing definitely a little bit of contrast. Definitely the seeds needs to be done. So maybe I'm going to do this. Maybe it's going to add just that little touch that's missing here. Maybe. just gonna go here, try that as a color. Got a question from Kingu, says, is this going to be the time for the live videos? I'm not sure. Today there was the time that I had available. Usually I like to do them a little bit earlier, but today I wasn't able to do it earlier. So I don't know, but I'll let you know, guys, either in the community or via email. So don't worry about this. I feel like my design at some point right now is almost looking like First Nation, kind of North America like design with those harder shape. I don't know if anybody sees the same thing that I see, but that's kind of interesting. But definitely learning here. It's much harder than I thought it would be to kind of simplify things in a way that it still look like the object, or in this case fruit, that you're painting. But it's definitely interesting. I think it's a good exercise to kind of practice your eye to read the shapes of object. Like I was saying, shape design is such a big part of any painting, really. And to be able to just, distinguish the shape design of an object by doing just a few marks only is a great talent. And this artist, Anna Webb, is definitely amazing at it. A question from Healer, I think, says, if I want to post my drawing here, how do I do it? You can post them in the Discord, the Discord community, which you should have a link below. So you can do that. But yeah, I don't think I'll be able to push more of this. And see, that the thing, like I was scared that would happen, is this fruit is so kind of simple in this way. There's like just a pale, fleshy looking, flesh basically in the middle, that there's not much to add to this. But I'll try to push it just a little bit more, maybe adding some deeper colors here to kind of add some depth into the center of the fruit. Maki says, this is exactly the thing I needed, since I'm trying to overcome the imposter syndrome, low art, self-esteem, by having fun drawing again. Yeah, this is the exact reason why I started this one. I think when it's been a long time you didn't draw, there's pressure accumulating for anybody, hobbyist, pro, anybody that just had like too much of a long break will have like a little bit of a difficult time basically to start again and feel confident to share their work. So I think this is the perfect kind of stepping stone to just kind of push your limit, push your fears away, and try to just simply put the time to to create one illustration or sketch or painting every day, basically for 30 days. I'm adding the white here because I'm looking at her style, and she's definitely has that white happening on a lot of things. Obviously it's because I'm assuming these were very glowing. My reference is not really glowing, but or maybe I should put the highlights somewhere else, maybe, I don't know. There's definitely like a contrast that could be like gain in terms of design, but I don't know where it would go. At this point I'm just kind of creating as I go and trying to make this a little bit more attractive, because I think it's a bit boring for now. But hey, that was a test, and that was the idea. Sometimes we judge our illustration too harshly, so don't do that. just know that it's always a process. There's always something to learn. Like in this case, learning a lot about the shape design and how to kind of do this. But I'm obviously a newbie compared to her, that she has that technique implemented and she knows exactly how to do so. But I'm pretty happy so far. So yeah, if you have guys any question, let me know. I'm not planning on making these live always this short, but this one was just for a kickoff, you know, the challenge. We're on day 2. I wanted to just do a little live with you guys, talk about the challenge, talk about the reason why I wanted to do the challenge, and at the same time do a little bit of an illustration, guys. In the next few weeks to come, I'll have more lives. I'm also planning on making a few videos to help you guys with the challenge, so all that is to come. But this one was just a little bit of a welcome to the challenge video kind of thing, if you just started to participate. And so yeah, and thank you, Kyle. I appreciate the love here. But yeah, I don't think I'll be able to push that more. You let me know in the chat if you see something that I could push more here. I'm having a hard time with those geometric shapes, and I feel like if I add more, I might break this this design, and then we won't recognize the fruit anymore. You know, which is definitely something I think that a lot of people, me included, do, is overwork our illustration. Sometimes we pass the point where it looks good, and then we start that that cycle of trying to fix it all together. So hopefully I'm not going to pass this. Hey George, thanks for joining in. And so yeah, but this is a style that I'll have a little bit more studies. Might be actually worth it for me to just study exactly one of her illustration to kind of learn how she does things. I know she has a few step-by-step video as well, to kind of learn how she does this. But yeah, I think for now it's pretty good so far. You're absolutely welcome, Healer. Absolutely welcome. I love doing those. It's really fun. I thought about sometimes to maybe open myself a Twitch channel, but I have YouTube, I have Facebook, I have Twitter, I have so many, and now we have the Discord server. And I know Discord server goes very well with Twitch, but I'm gonna just stick to YouTube for now. I'll see what the future shows me. So Kyle says, not trying to interfere with your process. Not at all. I don't take it personal. I enjoy and welcome all feedback. But maybe some thin, darker lines slightly on the outer part of the fruit to push it further in the tone. That's actually a very good feedback. I might try a deep, dark green. That might does a job, because I tried earlier, but it kind of did the. Maybe that's gonna be good. I'll try on another layer so I can actually change the color with more ease, which is definitely something that I'm able to do that Anna here, which is the artist that I'm trying to emulate, Anna couldn't do. And I might just zoom in a little bit more on this one to kind of, and I might not just do a whole like contour, but maybe just a few lines. Here and there. Oh, you know what? I might change my mind and do the whole thing. We'll see what that does. All right. Flame says that you were thinking the same thing. Great mind thinks alike. But yeah, I think you guys are right. I'm gonna just try to do this. Also, I'm gonna use the opportunity of this challenge to use a little bit more of my iPad. I don't know if you guys saw my post yesterday on my Instagram, but I did the cactus with my iPad, and it was super fun because I didn't use my iPad for almost a year now. I think I did 3 illustration or so with it. And so it's a very expensive tool that I'm not using, and I want to use it more because it's fun. What do you guys think of that? Let me see if I can change the color here with hue and saturation and see if the color is right. Maybe more desaturated, more saturated, more dark. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it's doing a little bit better, huh? Let's see with the actual fruit. I think this was pretty good. Andrea says that you're in Colombia and you think it's very cool that I'm drawing a guayaba. I thought it was a guava. I didn't thought it was a guayaba. I mean, maybe there's more than one name. Drawing a mamonichlo, another Colombian fruit. I'm in Argentina right now. Okay, cool. Yeah, well, yeah, I think the fruit itself is just beautiful. Like, I think that combo of colors is just kind of amazing. But yeah, I think I won't push it more than that. And oh, you know what? That's a good idea actually. Silbuzia says I should push the geometric shape. You know what? You're absolutely right. I should have done that. Let me try to do another contour. I'll keep the same color though because I think the color is actually pretty good. But let's see if I can just, yeah, if I can just kind of push the geometric form a little bit with this. Great idea. Trying to push that a tiny bit. I might just kind of do this and kind of simplify maybe even the shape a little bit more. Let's see what that does. Maybe even kind of add like those little imperfection within the contour could be interesting. Add a little bit more style. At this point it's very experimental, but this is fun. Let's see what we can do with this one here. Yeah, I think that was the way to go. Very good call. Thanks. I think that's much better. You see, you can add like those little like intricate shapes within it and kind of have fun with that contour. I might even put it inside just to see what it does. That's kind of interesting. Maybe I'll do it on the other side. So yeah, learning something here today. Having some fun with shapes. It might not go in my portfolio, but it was fun and I definitely learned something. So thank you guys for the feedback on this. It was definitely useful. Awesome, I think I'm gonna call it done for today. So as you can see, just have fun with the challenge. Just try to, find artists that you like and try to do like studies of what they're doing, like I'm doing today, or just try a small photo study or a sketch even. You don't even have to go in color if you don't want to. The idea is really just to sit in front of a computer on an everyday basis and build that habit. So if you go on a daily basis in front of your computer and try to just like paint a little bit, you'll see with time and quite fast, you're going to put more and more and more time which will just help you to just get better, because the idea is the more you paint, the better you get. And so yeah, that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining. I'm gonna just scroll the chat here, make sure I didn't miss any questions. But I think that was pretty it. I'm gonna say hi to everybody that joined us late. You'll be able to see the replay of this one, obviously. And yeah, so that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining in. I'll see you in the community. If you are not a member yet, you can join by clicking the link in this description of the Discord. We opened it I think just a few weeks ago. I think it was on Christmas Day, actually. So you can joining in. It's growing really fast, and it's super fun to see all the work that you guys put in. So I'm looking forward to talk to you there. And for the rest, stay tuned. Tomorrow we are doing another prompt. It's going to be mushroom. And so I'm looking forward to see your work in the community, guys. Have a good night. Happy painting, and I'll talk to you soon, okay? Ciao, guys.